So give us a moment while we step aside. And you're going first.
Mm-hmm. I wish to welcome each of you here tonight and to let you know that tonight's topic is on something that is close to each of you. For we hear what happens on your realm and in your planet, and we hear of divisiveness. And tonight we are here to discuss something that is very much important for you to gather and get in your consciousness. And that is the connectivity of all that is. We want you to understand that everything is connected, that everyone is connected, that there really is no separation, even though your mind and your ego believes that it is all separate. But that there is no separation. From where we stand and we look down at your realm and your planet, we do not see separate countries. We do not see separate lands. We do not see segregation or separate locations. We do not see that one is better than another. We see a planet. Our goal and our hope is that your planet reunites and that your planet can grow and evolve to see and understand that borders and boundaries are actually not real. They are made by humans who wish to stake claim to a particular piece of dirt. That is all. For when you look at the things in your life, perhaps you think your country, your place, your state, your planet is the best. Please hear and understand that there is no separation. We find you entertaining when you think there is. Because if you think now in your mind just about a few minor things, and you realize that the vehicle you drive may say made in your country, in case of where we are sitting, we understand this is what you call America. It may say made in America, but please know that the parts in your vehicle are not. They may have been put together someplace in your country, but most of it was not. If you drink a cup of tea or Colombian coffee, please know they are not made in your country, unless you live in Colombia or a place that grows tea. You are not separate, even though your mind wishes to believe that it is, that I am better, my space, my country, my state, my people are more important or better. It is not true. We wish for you to understand the connectedness of everything. Because when you get the connectedness on a level of tangible items, like tea and coffee and your vehicle, you will find that your mind can then expand to see how you are connected with everyone all the time. There is nothing that you have in your domain, in your homes, in your houses, that is 100% from your country. It's not possible in a country that is not so diverse. Now, if you live in a small village, this may still be the case. You are not bringing in or importing things to your small village. It may be that it is actually local. But for most of you who are watching this on a phone or on a video or in person, you are not in that small village. You are in a bigger city. You are in a town. You are someplace where it is not possible for everything to come from your small area. We believe this is good. We believe that if you see the connectedness of all of these things, if you see the connectedness of all of the countries involved, as you call them, all of the states involved, as you call them, all of the locations involved in you having breakfast, you will appreciate it more. And you will no longer, in your mind, your ego will no longer go, we are the good guys and they are the bad. Your mind will no longer go, we need to have us only and they are wrong. Because your mind will say, I cannot have breakfast with my coffee or my tea, my eggs or bacon or vegetables or blueberries. Your country does not grow blueberries all year long. You must understand that they are imported from someplace else. And by understanding that, unless you are growing them in your own yard, you understand the connectedness of everything. And when you see that, and you see that in every day, you see that in everything you do, you start to get the concept we have discussed of oneness. But if you do not see that, if you believe there is separation, that I don't need those people, that creates a division. We know there is no division. When we look down upon your globe, when we look down upon your planet, we do not see these separations you talk about. We do not see these, those are good countries, those are bad, those are right, those are wrong. We see a planet. And our hope is that you will, as a planet, evolve far enough up that you too, as a global entity, will understand that you are a global entity. That you will understand how you are connected to everyone and everything. You are not all by yourself. Even if some days it feels that way. You are not. You are not separate. Even though some days it may feel that way, you are not. You are interdependent on each other. You are interdependent on other states, other countries, other entities. You are interdependent. You are not separate. And when you see this, you will see from our perspective the intertwining of you and all others. The intertwining of energies on your planet. And again, our hope and desire is that as you grow as a people, you will learn to see this interdependency as a good thing. You do not need to run away and hide all by yourself and not be connected. For even if you run away and hide, if you are near a community, you are no longer by yourself. It is not necessary. We encourage you to see that interconnectedness as a good thing, not a bad thing. Just as we need these bodies in front of you to speak to you, you need each other, not only in your communities, but also on your planet. So we ask that you expand your mind. We ask that you expand your vision. We ask that you expand the way you see your community. That you expand the way that you see each other. And that you expand the way that you view yourself as a global citizen. For this is actually where we see you moving. That as you move more and more to truly being a global citizen, a caretaker of your planet, not just your little place, a caretaker of all beings, not just your own immediate group, that when we know in your hearts this is where you are headed, you will continue evolving to seeing the global community you are a part of. And as you see that and understand that, you will move yourself and others around you. Share with them what your vision is for a global community, since you already are You just don't accept it. You already are globally interconnected with each other. You already are globally interconnected with the farmer far, far away from you. You just don't understand. The chair you sit on, the clothes you put on your body, the home you live in, the vehicle you drive. All of these things are global. Global energies were brought together to have you, to give you and afford you the life you have, the luxuries you have. A global community has come together for you to have blueberries when they are not grown in your country, or to have a banana in the winter of your time. For these small items are part of the global community, and we are asking you to visualize yourself as a part and connected with others in this cycle. For expanding your vision of who you are and what you believe in will expand your view of the global community and your part in it. We know as you evolve and as you grow, your mind is being opened. We ask that this connection that we are discussing, this interconnectedness, be a part of your own expansion, that you see and understand what we see and understand from a higher vantage point. Open your mind. Each day, each thing you touch, each thing you eat, each thing you wear, visualize the hands that made it. Visualize the farmer that worked the field. Visualize the people who brought it to you through water or through other vehicles. Visualize all those involved in bringing you your life. Thank them. Connect with them. Understand on an energetic level how connected you are to them. And your life will change. Your vision will change. Your mind will expand. And in doing so, you will grow and expand, seeing the global community of interconnected beings on your planet, knowing your place, understanding your spot in the web of interconnectedness. For when you get that, you no longer can feel alone. You no longer can feel separate, because you know that you are not. You are a part of the web. You are a part of the community. You are a part of all that is. Understand this, and the next piece will come easily to seeing how Source is involved with all of it, to seeing how all of it works together. We leave you with this and say, open your mind and your vision to see the world you live in, your globe, your place, differently. Expand it. See your part in the web, your part in the interconnectedness, and know that that is a step to understanding the all that is and feeling connected instead of separate. Thank you.
As has been said, you are part of the web. You are not the web. You are not every part of the web. You are not in charge of the web. You are simply part of the web that makes up the whole. It was spoken about your interconnectedness, your interdependence on others. But this is far more than your interdependence on the people who bring the food to your location, or bring the gasoline to the gas station, or bring the electricity wiring to your home. This interconnection, this interdependence, this true meshing of all that is goes much, much deeper and much, much higher than simply the recognition that you are dependent on others. Within your own body, there is interdependence. Your lungs bring oxygen to your body. But within the lungs, your blood transfers that oxygen to all of your organs and nourishes them. The lungs are not more important than the blood. The blood is not more important than the body. Just as the toe is no more important than the ear. It is all part of one whole. Humanity, many times, when we look down at you and see where you are in your progression as a race, as the human race, we recognize that you are still struggling to recognize you are each the same race. So let us go beyond that. Let us look at the fact that your very body, the very vehicle which you drive, is constantly borrowing genetic material from the viruses and bacteria that it comes in contact with. Yes, your body is growing and changing literally with every breath you take. Within your body, you must intake sustenance, food, but this food requires, again, the bacteria, the minerals, the insects, the droppings of other animals. All of this is required in order for you to simply be and live. Do not think you are the top of the food chain, for you are not. You are simply part of a whole. And just as others beyond this planet look and see that you are trying to grow to become a part of our interplanetary family, please know, until you can grasp that you are dependent upon each other, you will not make that transition. Open your mind to humility. Understand that everything is working for your evolution. Understand that we do not walk home alone. It requires everything to help us remember we are whole. We are complete. And we are of light. And it is this next subject that will really help you begin to recognize how interconnected, how enmeshed you are at every single moment. Many of you have understood, and we have said many times, you are light. You are nothing but light. And if you are light, and as you sit there next to the person next to you, please understand they are light. Now that's a nice concept, but what does it mean? Well, light moves at approximately 460,000, 7,000 miles per second. How enmeshed is your light moving at that speed with the light of the person next to you moving at that speed? And how enmeshed are you with every single being in this room and every single being in this planet? How far is 467,000 miles per second? How far will that travel within your next breath? If you can imagine this, then you're beginning to understand that you are woven into this pattern with every being, with every mineral, with everything, not only on this planet, but you are moving at that speed and connecting with the lights moving at that speed from the entire universe. In the blink of an eye, you are already one with all that is. It is so fast that your thought cannot even follow it. But you are. We invite you, and we invite you to do this over and over until it sinks in. Visualize yourself as a beam of light moving out simultaneously in all directions and touching everything. And then imagine on your in-breath all the lights that are out there in that moment touching you, intertwining, weaving with your light. For there is nothing that will allow you to collapse into independence, because it is an impossibility. Please hear that. You are 100% interdependent. If you do not believe that you cannot be independent, an island amongst the stars, we challenge you. Go one day without food, without water, without distraction, without these things, because everything that your body requires at this moment, other than perhaps air, you must receive from someone or somewhere else. You may say, well, I don't get water from the tap, so that doesn't matter, but someone filled the bottle that you got the water from. You may say, but I don't do these other things, but someone did them for you. As was said before, unless you are growing your own chickens and harvesting your own eggs and harvesting your own vegetables, but even then you had to get the chickens and you had to get the seed from somewhere, from some source outside of yourself. You cannot be fully independent. We are all interdependent. We are all connected. We are all one. And we are all loving, even when we forget this. Take a deep breath. Breathe in the light from the universe. Breathe out the light to the universe. Feel that connection. Feel that fullness. Feel the knowing and the peace that comes with being interdependent. And we thank you.
My children, many of you have asked us things like, when will we be evolving? When will we be going to another dimension or level? We wish for you to hear the conversation that was just happening and understand that part of that evolution is really understanding this interconnectedness that has been discussed. understanding the light that you are and your influence on others and their influence on you, understanding that you are not alone in any way, shape, or form. When you get this on a very visceral level, you will get what is next for you. For as one evolves, all evolve. As all evolve, one evolve. But if you continually think that you are better than, if you continually think that you are more worthy, if you continually think that you do not need others, you are only pretending. You are only hiding from the truth. It is important for you to be open. It is important for you to be teachable. It is important for you to see things differently. If you always do everything that you've done before and you do not evolve and change, then nothing in your situation will change. Nothing in your life will evolve. You must be open and wishing and willing to grow spiritually, to grow personally, to open and be willing to expand your consciousness, to see that connection with all that is, to see the connection with the being beside you or the chair you sit on, for they are all interconnected in many ways. It is only when you open yourself to these types of things, it is only when you open yourself to learn, grow, hear something different and go, aha, I get something new. Something has come in. I understand something differently now than I did before. It is only through that type of growth that you will be able to evolve to the next level for your life. We wish for you to continue your growth, continue your evolution, for we see the beauty in front of you. We see how well it all works out. Please hear us. It does. There are struggles in life and things you don't understand, but it does all work out for you and for others. With that said, understand though that you and others have a bond. There is a bond made on your planet. You are not the north and the south, the east and the west. You are one globe, one being, one entity that just happens to have what appears to be separate heartbeats. You are one entity, one globe, one planet, one being that has interconnectedness in every moment of your day, every day of your life. If you can embrace that, if you can embrace that concept that's being discussed here, you will find your life changed. Because you are open to learning new information, you will find your path moving forward. You will not feel stuck. You will not feel alone. You will not feel forgotten. For know that you are not alone. You are not forgotten. And that as you grow and evolve and expand, your path before you does as well. The blocks are removed and you can move smoothly into what is next in your life. Do not fight this. But by seeing yourself separate, by seeing yourself independent, by seeing yourself and knowing you're better and they're not, you cut off the flow of traffic, of energy. We are inviting you to not cut this energy off, but to in every moment see and appreciate all the beings involved in whatever it is you are doing. Those that you see and those like us that you cannot visualize. Those that are here to guide you and share. You are connected with them all. You are not alone. You are connected with every being on your globe, every being on your planet. You are not separate. So start embracing this concept and see how your life changes, for it will. Your life cannot stay the same and stagnant when you start expanding your mind. Your life will grow, things will flow better, doors will open when you are open. When you are constantly saying no, 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 you are constantly closing doors, you are constantly thinking about yourself and not seeing the connectedness, when you are constantly seeing yourself as separate, the universe and the energies give you more of that, give you more separate. When you open up and you see yourself as connected through everything you do, everything you experience, the things you wear, the things you eat, your transportation, when you see that connectedness that has been discussed, you can see the joy, you can see the peace, and you can see the flow that is opening for your life. For we wish for you to go with that energy, to know the next step is there, and to be willing to take that step and know that it is right for you. Only when you open your mind, only when you understand the connection of all things, does that energy flow through you and through your life, so that the barriers are removed, that the doors are opened when they need to be, and that things move smoothly. Connectedness, interconnectedness, global planetary connectedness. Grasp this one concept and your life will change. Grasp this one concept and you will expand and open and see a different world than what you thought you lived in. No longer viewing like this with blinders. Open and expand your vision, and you will see opportunities. You will see doors opening. You will see the next step on your path. Understand how you are connected to all that is every day of your life. Every moment of your life, you are connected. Connected. Remember, appreciate, be grateful for that connection you have.
For it is in gratitude that you truly begin to forge this connection at a deep level within yourself. It is the recognition that others are important in your life. It is the recognition that even those who may believe differently than you may be providing things which you require. How would you ascend to cosmic consciousness or Christ consciousness if you cannot see your brother as yourself? How would you ascend to a greater consciousness of any kind if you do not like your brother's skin color, or your sister's hairstyle, or the language that they speak, or the manner of their belief systems? You must look beyond these, my children. You must look at the similarities. You must look at the interconnectedness. You must look beyond that which you see with your senses. You must understand that each and every one is moving in a pattern that is creating the whole. Each and every one's belief, each and every one's reaction and action is absolutely perfect. Your judgment of it is not required. We will say that once more. Every being's action, reaction, belief, behavior, thought is absolutely perfect. It is doing what it needs to do within the whole. The whole is not about your individuated I self. This is only a very small part, and in essence, the only part of you that sees separation is this small I self. There is, by the way, no larger I self. There is only one. And in oneness, as you surrender fully to Source, you will find your individual desires, your individual wants fade away. You begin to surrender to the flow of the energy that is moving you along the path that you call life. We would encourage you to surrender to that path. Every great teacher upon your planet and on all planets has basically said the same thing. Surrender your will to the will of Source. Surrender to the flow of light. You will find this is more peaceful. For if you resist the flow, you are still going to end up where you were meant to end up all along. You will just be a bit more exhausted when you get there. Surrender to the flow. Know that you are part and parcel of a whole, that this is one being and you are but one cell within this being. Surrender. Allow yourself to play the part without judgment that you are meant to play. Find peace in each moment. Find peace by thanking each moment for the fullness which it brings you. Thank each moment for all that is present in your presence. Embrace all of life and recognize we are all one. There is no independent being called you. There is only an interdependent, interconnected source of all. Go in peace, be in peace, live in peace.
And so it is.